All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live once again here in Burbank, California for the Overwatch Tespa Collegiate Series. Now we are into week number 4 of our competition, and we still have 230 teams across the nation battling it out for their shot at over $100,000 in scholarship prizing. I'm James Jamerson Lee, and joining me this week on the casting desk, we've got Joshua Piscator Lee. Joshua, how are you doing today?
I'm doing so well. I love collegiate esports, especially Overwatch, and it's the first time I ever get to cast with you, and we've been buddies for a while, so I'm pretty glad Seamoose isn't here so I can take over the desk for a little bit.
And you joined us on a really great week because we are into week number 4. We've had a lot of teams already secure their spots, but right now we are still in the regional group stages where we have 4 regions: the North, the South, the West, and the East, and any team with 3 wins or higher will be moving on to our next portion.
Of course, the regional playoffs, where all these teams from these respective regions go head-to-head to see who is the best at representing each of these regions, North, South, East, and West, and then they go on to the regional championships on November 20th.
Yeah, the top 16, it's going to be the round of 16 right here, and the number 1 team moving out from each region will be moving on to the live finals taking place in January.
No pressure, just don't screw up now and everything will be okay.
Yeah, so we are in week number 4, and we have so many amazing matches. A lot of return schools will be on the broadcast tonight. A lot of these teams, actually all of these teams tonight, 3-0 records. So they've already secured their spot in the regional playoffs.
Yeah, right on. Taking a look at today's schedule, we have North Texas versus NC State first off. Then we follow it up with Texas A&M versus FIU. Following that, Utah versus Washington. And if we have time, Berkeley versus UC Irvine, your alma mater.
Yeah, my alma mater. So I'm really hoping we can get to that 4th match. But I mean, we are into the Southern region for the first 2 matches of the day. And if we take a look at it, this is after week 3 weeks of playing. Take a look. We already have 6 schools with a 3-0 record, 6 schools that have secured that spot. And take a look at how well represented Texas is currently in the Southern region. We got Texas, that's UT Austin, Texas A&M, Houston, the number 3, top 3 teams coming out from the region right now, FIU, NC State, and there we go, round it all out with another Texan team, North Texas, which we will be seeing today.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about what they put in the Texas water, but it somehow makes Texas very good at collegiate esports, not just in Overwatch, but Hearthstone, StarCraft, all the esports out there. Texas seems to do very well when it comes to these regional competitions.
Oh, yeah, you definitely do have to represent your region, especially if you're trying to live up to that namesake, right,
Yeah.
Tespa? But yeah, the first team representing Texas today is actually going to be University of North Texas, and representing them, it's going to be Jintondi, Tanman Dietz, Pix, Kinthos, Samston, and Sog. We've got a finance major, jazz studies, media arts, another media arts.
We know positioning is very important for support players, so maybe those jazz studies will come into play and keep that Ana safe. But taking a look at the other team across the board, NC State, starring Kuro Socho, my god, what a name, Pong, Switchblades, Jolly, Ramsey, and Robojohn. Mathematics, microbiology, undeclared, best major out there, economics, electrical engineering, and mech engineering.
Yep, so a lot of engineering majors coming out from there, but we actually got to see NC State before, and they did a fantastic job. That's why they are here, week number 4, trying to, get that 5-0 record. At this point, it's not about securing your spot because that's all done and with, right? Now it's all about school pride.
And of course, there's that added pressure on top of that with the school pride because all of your friends are watching. Everybody's expecting you to represent your campus well. But on top of that, your regional seedings are going to be affected by how you ultimately end up placing throughout these the games that they're going to be playing. So it's very important not to choke now.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the best of the best facing off in the regional playoffs. So the seeding definitely does matter here. And of course, coming out from the Southern region there, like to be able to say you're the top dog in the South, that's actually a lot.
And that's something really interesting about esports, especially in collegiate esports, where you have so many of these regions competing within themselves. So many of these regions are like harder than the other ones just based on who you're going to be competing against. But we're actually going to jump into our first map right now. North Texas versus NC State. And look at Gibraltar, so very, very pretty.
Yeah, the coast of Gibraltar there is going to be the site of our first battlefield, and actually every subsequent battlefield, as it is the first map of every series this week. So, yeah, during the regional group stages, the first map is predetermined, and it's going to be NC State starting off on the attacking side. So North Texas already setting up their defense and taking a look at the composition. It's a pretty standard composition. You've got those the supports Ana and Zenyatta coming in. Actually, that one's a little different because generally we see the Lucio instead of a Zenyatta, but I love seeing the Zenyatta because he just helps shred so many people.
Yeah, especially because in the early game stages of Overwatch, Zenyatta is much better at creating pick potential, unless, you just, oh boy, okay, you need to stop doing that. Unless you get into a situation where, you're blasting somebody off a cliff with Lucio. But that Orb of Discord is so very helpful in deleting some of the squishies before they actually get into the fight. But just 8 seconds left on the clock before NC State barrels out of these doors on Gibraltar to get this payload across the map.
And Pong immediately starting off on that Pharah pick for the side of NC State. We've seen Pong play that Pharah to great effect. I believe it was on Hanamura the last time we got to see him with that. So we'll see if he can recreate that success. We do have Robojan. He is going to be picking up that Reaper, but I'm not too sure if it's going to be as successful as we've seen it in the past, because generally it's run with an auto. But here we go. Pong trying to get the knockoff, is not going to actually connect, and immediately North Texas are going to fall back to what looks like server room.
Yeah, but it looks like Robojan looking for a flank right here for NC State, and if a Reaper can get a flank off, it's very big. Elects to drop down instead, looking for damage, but not going to find anybody quite just yet. So these teams taking it pretty slow. Pong still raining down damage from above. Asfair just looking for that first pick. Nobody has dropped quite just yet, but Pix finds first blood on behalf of North Texas. Pong going down.
Yeah, Pix is on that far duty, that hit scan. That's your primary job, and Robojan drops really low. Nice Maywall, cutting off about 3 members of North Carolina State here underneath the bridge. And take a look, 2 kills going over for the side of North Texas. And Pix, yeah, getting the double kill off of that.
That is so big for North Texas to shut down NC State, but the res is going to come in. Let's see if they can clean up the rest of the fight. Kinto's going to go in, trying to get damage off his Zarya. 3 more dropping on behalf of NC State. Only 3 left. They're trying to run away, play the respawn, but Tan Mandeets even finding kills on the Ana. Robojan going down. They're getting shoved back by North Texas, and for now, they're going to hold the payload right here.
Yeah, generally you don't see this kind of defense coming out. Most people just elect to go into the server room, let it pass up, and just try and play the defense from there, because it's harder to get the flank, right? And even though North Carolina, they're running that Pharah, she's getting shut down by Pix. The Orb of Discord is consistently on her, and she has to play that line of sight, and she's not able to get consistent damage off. Now, Pong is going to try and approach again, but immediately the Orb of Discord is on her, so she has to break that line of sight again.
We do have 4 ultimates available on behalf of North Texas, so they can chain them one after another and really lay down the hurt. But here they go. They're charging in with the Reinhardt to start. Oh, Ramsey goes down on the Zarya first, but here comes Pix from around the outside. Loses a duel this time against Pong, and right now it's a 1-for-1. Robojan finding another one as well. They're going to have to take down Pong before this bear causes too much damage, but Kinthos misses completely with the Graviton Surge. Kills getting traded left and right, and finally NC State coming to life just a little bit as they take down multiple members of North Texas.
Yeah, but North Texas still have the opportunity to try and get back into this fight as the respawns do come out, and Robojan just goes too aggressive, gets picked off by Pix, and now Kinthos is pushing forward. He drops a little low, but he will be able to force him off as Pix comes in for a second kill. We do have the res on the side of North Texas though, so the fight is now reset, but we still have the Death Blossom for Robojan if he can find the position. Pharah, that's Pong, just trying to get some shots off, but this Reinhardt shield mitigating a lot of that damage now. We do have both teams fighting over the payload. There we go. Death Blossom comes in. Robojan only gets the 1 off of it as Sog on that Mei finishes him off. So 1-for-1 trade. Transcendence is popped though, and now it is gone. So look at North Carolina to try and push forward. They've got their sound barrier along with the Earth Shatter, but not with he's dead. Jolly going down.
And I feel like this is a situation where Robojan could have waited to use that Death Blossom just a little bit longer, because we had Jolly with that Earth Shatter coming up. But the fact that they elected to burn it so early, they're not able to chain the Wombo combo. And then we see Pix just going off left and right. They're going to have to find an answer for this McCree, because right now, this Cowboy, this is his Wild West.
Yeah, Wild West indeed. But right now, it might be the boys from the East, North Carolina State University. They do have 3 ultimates in tow for them. They've got the Earth Shatter still right there, ready to go along with the Graviton Surge, so they can wombo that if they want to. They've got to do it soon. Pong finds the first kill. There we go. High Noon is popped on the side of North Texas, and Pix gets the kill onto Pong now. There we go. Blizzard is going to zone them off of the payload, and it looks like North Texas might have gotten it, but
the
Rez comes in.
The res comes in, and here they go. Pix still looking for damage on the enemy, but he finally does drop. 3, 4, 5 members of North Texas dropping. Only Jintani and Sog left remaining on that Zenyatta and Mei. Mei does fall. Go to sleep, Elsa, they say, as they finally activate the first checkpoint.
And that was so close. That was in overtime when they were finally able to make it to that first choke point. A checkpoint. Now they are pushing forward. It doesn't look like North Texas were able to mount that defense on top of the hangar, on top of the shuttle, so we'll see how they actually approach this.
This is very, very tricky because right now, when you're inside this indoor area, it becomes a lot more close quarters. So if they lose one team fight, it can just snowball into most of the map being given up by North Carolina. So right now, North Texas rather, NC State still doing a good job. Pong gonna have to be dealt with at some point or another, but that Pocket Mercy doing absolute wonders in terms of keeping that Pharah alive and damage boosted. It's all on Pix. Can he find the frag?
All right, Pix, yeah, definitely on fire duty here. And they've been going back and forth between each other. Jolly dropping a little low, but he does have that Mercy to keep him alive. And, you know, Pong is doing such a great job of playing this line of sight game against Pix here. But there we go. He is in the back, almost gets the flank. Pix drops down to 11 HP. He might go down. Pong finishes him off as Jolly finds a kill of his own. And now Transcendence is popped by North Texas, but it's a little too late, and two members have already gone down. Roboshot coming in, picks up a double kill, and now North Carolina coming in. Are they going to get the full team wipe? They are, and they should be able to secure this checkpoint.
What an excellent push on behalf of North Carolina State University. They used Pong to create havoc on the backline, and as that happened, Jolly came in with the Earth Shatter, managed to chain it with the rest of his team, and now they activate this third checkpoint. Just one final stretch for NC State to push through, and so far it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, the offense was a little slow to get going, but now they are just firmly in the driver's seat here. Pong just playing behind that payload for now, trying to burst that down. Here we go. Blizzard does come out from North Texas, and immediately they could go straight for Pong. He gets taken out by that high noon. Samson found a kill of his own onto his counterpart, taking out the tank in Reinhardt. The res does come out, but immediately they are forced back. Pix is going to be the first one to drop as Pong finds one onto 10-man Deets, and now we do have the nano-boosted Reinhardt jumping in. Roboshot is going to be able to get away from that with his raid form, but it doesn't matter as Samson picks up a triple kill with that hammer.
That's a very big stop here for North Texas because looking at the clock, there's only 1 minute and 45 seconds left. By the looks of these ult charges, NC State is going to be lucky to get one full rotation off from their team. So this next fight is going to be absolutely crucial. They have the missile barrage. They have the sound barrier. All they need is for Jolly to hit a massive Earth Shatter, follow it up with the Ramsey ultimate, the Graviton Surge, and then all of a sudden, Pong can just go to work. But this execution has to be flawless.
All right, so we do have Pong taken to the skies, but immediately he is tagged by that Discord orb, so he drops down. Both teams playing behind their Reinhardt shield as best they can. We do have Pix on the high ground. He does try to knock him off, but it's going to be Kintos that finds the first kill onto Kururu. And yeah, with the support down, the sustained down, they have to be careful. Pong only has his Mercy to rely on. Woo! There we go. Pix landing the shots. We do have the Resurrection coming out, but Deadeye immediately gets popped. Is he going to be able to line it up? He does get it onto the Reinhardt. There we go. Picks up a triple off of that. Yeah, even gets the flashbang off onto Pong, and is he going to be able to clean up this last kill? There we go. Get the Mercy. Wow.
Pix has been going absolutely off for North Texas this entire map. Sure, they gave up a little bit of presence in the mid game, but now it's come down to that final 30 seconds. He finds a massive Deadeye, finds the headshots onto the targets that he needs, and takes part in 5 kills, with 4 of them being last hits.
Yeah, look at this arms race right now. 4 ultis to 4 ultis. We do have the Graviton Surge coming out.
Big
Followed up, but nice flashbang as Pong gets shut down there. He was able to get that 1 kill, but there we go. Countered by that Graviton Surge, and now they're cleaning up. 12 seconds left on the clock as the Reaper goes down.
Just 10 seconds left. I don't think NC State has an opportunity. As you look at North Texas, they're just going to push out the entire spawn area, so nobody from NC State can actually get through. And the Earth Shatter, just for good measure, North Texas holds him at 2.
Oh, real back and forth battle between these two teams on the first attack here. North Carolina State having a really difficult time trying to make it to that first checkpoint, but once they did, made it through this hangars portion with almost no problems. But there we go. University of North Texas were able to hold out on that last checkpoint.
This is tricky because right now, Pix is like the hero of North Texas right now. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, but as long as you've left Pix, everything is going to be okay for North Texas. And right now I'm kind of concerned because North Carolina State University, they don't seem to have a consistent answer to this Pix. Sure, Pong can find a few lucky shots or maybe try and get some splash damage off on the Cowboy, but right now Pix is just 1v1 out-dueling everybody. So do they go hit scan for hit scan, maybe bring out a McCree of their own? That's something that we're going to have to wait and see, but so far I don't see any real adjustment coming from NC State.
We do have an adjustment coming out from North Texas right now. Sog is actually going to pick up a Pharah of his own. That is what he is hovering over, but that could change. That remains to be seen. Currently, North Carolina still trying to decide what they want to go with on the defense, and it's going to be Roboshot picking up the Roadhog. So the Roadhog could be an answer for Pix if he could just get it, spot him out with that one hook and just completely change the battlefield.
But it's so hard to do that against an Ana, Reinhardt, a Pharah on you, a Zarya on top of that. Like, as soon as that Roadhog pops out, Robojan is going to be like the hottest girl at the party. Everybody's going to look at Robojan, look at them curves, and be like, yo, we have to deal with that Roadhog, because Roadhog is really good at generating picks and starting off those 5v6 team fights, but he's also very, very good at just giving the enemy ult charge. And when you have picks hitting these shots this consistently, and even Tammandeed's doing work on the Ana, it's like this guy has to play perfectly, or else he's just going to be an ult farming machine for North Texas.
All right, but North Carolina going for that triple tank composition, the 3-2-1. They've got the Reinhardt, the Zarya, along with Robojan, of course, on that Roadhog. We'll see if Robojan can alleviate the pressure off of North Carolina and try to draw anyone away. But there we go. Soak tries to go in and try to displace them all with that concussive grenade, but didn't quite work out for them. We do have one member slept. That was Robojan. Nice damage coming out from Soak. He's already at 40% of his ultimate charge as they push forward, and it's Pix at 70 actually. So they're making it through this underpass portion right now, but they are taking some damage. They have to be careful, and it looks like North Carolina want to go ahead and play from the server room here. Especially with
NC State just picking up their Mercy ults, now they have a little bit more license to play aggressively and look for those trades. We'll see exactly how Switchblades opts to play this out, because right now Pix also does pick up his Deadeye, so it's going to be a big pick. Oh, there we go, Robojan going down. That's exactly what you don't want to do if you're the tank, and Pix is going to use this opportunity to look for a Deadeye. Pops it off early, but it doesn't even matter as they go Reinhardt for Reinhardt. Ramsey, now the next one to focus as Soak just trying to rain damage from up above. There's a couple kills getting traded back left and right so far. North Texas finally starting to respond. They're going to have to do something about Soak just flying around, because this Zarya just has license to deal pain.
Yeah, North Carolina right now not quite able to establish that defense inside the server room there. Robojan getting caught out first. Now he does land the hook, but immediately has to fall back as he isn't able to transfer that into a kill. So now we are in the hangar portion as currently, look at all the ultimates on the side of North Texas. They've got almost everything except for that nano boost, which is going to come up in just a split second. Pix almost has his Deadeye again. We have that hook missing from Robojan, and positioning coming out from Kinthos. He is fearless.
Yeah, and they just need to hit one good Graviton Surge. Find that. Oh, Switchblades goes down! That's going to be so big! Pix finds the kill at the right moment. Pix finds the other McCree, and right now it's a 2-for-1 so far. Here comes Soak trying to find a response, but nothing so far. Pix with the 3-piece! Somebody stop this cowboy! My God, he finally does drop to Jolly, and finally NC State respond with a couple of their own, but Samson taking down the Reinhardt yet again, and here comes Soak trying to rain damage, but Pix cleans it all up. It doesn't even matter. Put a 6-shooter in this guy's hands. He's going to rip through the entire enemy team.
Great team fight coming out from University of North Texas, and currently North Carolina, their defense, it doesn't look like they know exactly how to deal with this. They're sticking on to Robojan with that Roadhog, but he hasn't been getting the picks that they need. Unfortunately, if you're not getting those picks, you might just want to switch off, but right now, they've only got a few meters to go before they finish off this map.
It's looking so good for North Texas right now. At the previous half, NC State, when they got to this point, they only had about 2 minutes. North Texas had 5.5 by the time they hit this checkpoint. But oh, Pix is in trouble. If they can find him, it's going to be big for them. He hasn't dropped just yet, and North Texas finds the first kill of that fight. Here come the rest of them, and it's all blue in the kill feed as North Texas just wipes up NC State. Just a couple members remaining. They can come back and try to find revenge on them. This could be big for them, but right now, North Texas poising for the win.
Yeah, we did have the resurrection coming out from North Carolina State, but at that point, the resurrected members of North Carolina, they just became ulti fodder for the side of North Texas, and now Robojan might be able to get this kill onto Soak, but is that going to be enough? There we go. Samson comes in to clean that up, and now they have to get onto the point. There's only 2 meters left. They have to continue to contest this. They do have the Diva out there to try and stall, but nice Graviton Surge coming out. That's going to let them clean up, and that's going to be North Texas cleaning this out with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left remaining.
5 seconds away from being one of the dankest memes of all time on this Tespa Collegiate series, but man, that was, for lack of a better term, just incredibly mismatched. I feel like North Texas just absolutely steamrolled NC State in that match.
You know, NC State, they just weren't able to establish their defense on either the first, even the second checkpoint there. They tried to play that server room, but it didn't work out for them because Robojan immediately got cut out, and then they tried to funnel out one by one. We also had, I believe it was Soak on that Pharaoh that was ready to make make the flank happen in the server room, so they were just getting attacked from all sides, and they just had no answer to that whatsoever. Once they got to the hangar portion, they weren't able to establish like high ground control, and from there, North Texas just steamrolled right on through.
I got 3 letters for you. P-I-X. Pix was doing, I've said this time and time again throughout the entire game, but the fact that NC State couldn't really find an answer to deal with Pix is what really brought North Texas that victory. Yeah, their team fighting was impeccable. Their positioning with each of their individual heroes was superb, but at the end of the day, it was Pix finding those 1v1 kills constantly, especially on the enemy Pharah, that made it so easy for North Texas to just roll in and be like, all right, this town's way too small for the 2 of us, and he just rolled through and claimed his territory.
Yeah, and Pix really did show, highlight why McCree is such a strong pick. You know, he does have a wealth of utility, right? He does a lot of damage. He's got the Deadeye to just disengage a fight if he wants to, and he's even got the CC inside of his stun grenade, and we saw it came to fruition when I believe it was Pong was trying to go for that barrage, but immediately shut down with the stun grenade. And so he really showed off how good McCree is as a pick. He was playing it from a safe distance, and he was getting all the kills that he needed. His accuracy was fantastic. Yeah, definitely like one of my top players for the game.
It's going to be interesting to see how NC State respond to this. They've chosen Lijiang Tower as the next map coming up in this best of 3. So right now, we just saw them play out Gibraltar, a full payload map. Control point on Lijiang Tower plays very quickly, a lot more fast-paced, and it's all often about that first team fight, who's going to win it. And throughout almost every single engagement we saw on the previous map, North Texas was just rolling through NC State time and time again. So I don't know if a control point pick at this time, when you're getting outfragged this heavily, is the smartest choice. Maybe they have pocket strats. Maybe this is a team that just likes playing that more all-in aggressive style a lot more, but we're going to have to see.
Yeah, well, because all the maps are, on the table, Seamus and I, we've talked about how practicing on the King of the Hill maps, the seat control point maps, it gets you a lot more bang for your buck, right? Because it's just team fighting after team fighting after team fighting. So scrimmaging that is a lot easier than trying to scrim Volskaya and Gibraltar along with Kings Row, but we are going to be starting off on the night market portion currently. University of North Texas up 1-0 in this best of 3 series against North Carolina State University. We have pretty standard compositions coming out from both sides, but on the side of NC State, they are going to be running Pong again on that Pharah, and Jolly will be on the Roadhog instead of Robijan.
And one big adjustment we're seeing right now is the double Lucio, 1 on each team rather. And this night market hill on this first round of the control point is very important to position yourself very well so you don't necessarily get knocked off by a Lucio. I know in many of my competitive games I've been on both the receiving and dealing end of that double knockoff, so if Jintandi or Kurokuro Socho, dude, you have to find a new name, manage to find a double knockoff in the early stages of this map, it could easily be over immediately because you get so much ult charge from getting environmental kills.
Yeah, Switchblades, once again, on that Mercy. We saw a lot of Mercy in that first map on Gibraltar. Now, both teams are going to be meeting here on the control point now. Whoa! As Pigs comes in, immediately shuts down Pong with those shots. And now he's on the hunt for Robijan. Robijan is forced to Wraith Form away, but in the back, it looks like the Zarya is getting hunted down. Yep, that's going to be Ramsey going down. So now,
my God,
a nice boop coming in. Like you had mentioned earlier, Jintandi on that Lucio gets that kill onto his counterpart.
Remember how we talked about how on control point, it's very often the first team fight that defines everything? This first team fight has kind of defined everything. Like, North Texas just rolled through NC State just like they did on Gibraltar, and right now, I have no idea what NC State can do other than magically get way better at winning these fights, because at the end of the day, strategy is one big thing, but if you're just mechanically outmatched, and it seems like that's the case right now for NC State, there's very little chance that you're actually going to come out with a W.
Yep, currently 23% on the board for North Texas, and Pix just landing these jumping headshots onto the members of North Carolina State University. They got to be careful. Jolly dropped a little low, but he's going to be able to keep himself safe with his E. Now, we do have Robijan on that Reaper trying to cause a distraction, but he's going to be the first one to go down. Samson comes in, picks up Jolly as the Graviton Surge comes out. Now, they are on the hunt for this Mercy. They got to be careful because Switchblade does want to come in for the res, and there we go. He's going to sacrifice himself, gets the res off for NC State. State. So now it's a 5v5 fight on the point. But Pong picking up the 1 kill, he gets the barrage, but he immediately gets shut down by Kinthos.
And this is a situation where they had a res to work with, and they still lose the second half of that team fight. North Texas just say, thank you very much, we're going to kill you all again, and now they're sitting at 4 ultimates on the board. The Reaper Death Blossom, the Nano Boost, the Deadeye, and the Sound Barrier on top of that. So if they put it just on Sog with that Death Blossom, there's no way you're going to kill that dude.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult here, as even Kinthos and Samson,
Lol,
they're very close.
On a Pharah 1v1?
That's the thing, right? You almost have like these double hit scans in the Ana and the McCree to deal with it. With Switchblades getting hunted down, he's solo. There we go. It's going to be soaked to clean that up. These team fights just going completely one-sided in favor of North Texas right now.
Yo, they're in their spawn! How BM is that? North Texas is pushing all the way into their spawn point. Look at that restaurant. Everybody on NC State probably feels like they have food poisoning right now because North Texas is just shutting them down. Here comes Sog, here comes the Beyblade. He's looking for the backline. He just needs to find the Mercy. She's so very, very low. They finally take her down. Everybody dead on behalf of NC State. Overtime just gonna tick down, and North Texas gonna take point 1.
A great dominant performance for North Texas here. Didn't even let North Carolina get 1% on the board for themselves. And things are looking real dire for North Carolina State University. Now, neither of these teams, you know, they are out of this tournament. They've got their 3-0. They've secured their spot, but currently, this kind of performance, it doesn't bode well.
Remember that pride thing we were talking about?
Yeah.
I feel like if you're on NC State, like you've got to be feeling pretty bad right now, and that's totally understandable. But right now is not the time to tilt, especially on control point where it's all about team fighting and your individual one-on-one mechanics. If you tilt now and give up, there's no way you're going to win this map. And the last thing you want to do at this stage of the Tespa Collegiate Series is just give up a free 2-0.
And it doesn't look like they want to give up. Pong has now switched on over to the McCree. Is that going to be the adjustment they need to make to actually get back into the series? They are down 1-0 in maps, and they're down 1-0 in points currently against North Texas as both teams meet on the control center here. Tanman did drop low, but his Biotic Nade will keep him alive for now. Sleep Dart not quite connecting, but nice flashbang from Pix. Makes Jolly drop his shield, and now they pick up that kill, and they're on the hunt. Samson goes ahead, gets a little too deep, but he gets cleaned up. It doesn't matter as North Texas comes in and starts cleaning up the rest of North Carolina.
I mean, here's the thing about esports or competition in general, especially when you're playing games like Overwatch, generally the more aggressive team is going to win. We saw both North Texas and NC State hit that mid-security room for the first fight, and then NC State just kind of stood around with the shield up, just waiting for something to happen, and then we saw North Texas swoop in, take the initiative, find the kill with Pix, and then all of a sudden they're sitting at way higher ult charges. They have first control of the hill, and right now it's just NC State looking for a way in, and they're doing the same thing again. Aren't you watching the stream? Listen to me. Start shooting people.
All right, Kinthos is the first one to get the kill onto Switchblades, and that's going to be the Mercy down as Robojon tries to push forward. He has to immediately Wraith Form away in this 5v6 fight. Graviton Surge comes out, and Robojon, you're not escaping this. You've already used your cooldown as Samson comes in, cleans up Ramsey, and already 40% on the board for North Texas as they take another dominant team fight.
Yeah, and right now Pix can just lock down this entire hallway. There's no way that anybody's going to get past him. I mean, look at this. Pong's trying to do the 1v1 thing against Pix, but when you're not hitting as many shots as McCree, ultimately you're just walking around for people to put bullets in, and there's definitely an MVP McCree on this map, and it's not Pong.
Yeah, Pix does have his Deadeye at the ready. We've also got that Nano Boost along with the Death Blossom on the side of North Texas, and here it comes. Death from above as Soak picks up a double kill for himself. He pushes forward. Is he going to get Ramsey? No, it's going to be Pix stealing that triple from him, and now he's on the hunt. There we go. Kududu will be the final one to go down on the side of North Carolina State. 75 on the board for North Texas.
I mean, at this point, what is there to say? NC State is just getting out-team fought time and time again. They're sitting on a couple of ultimates. Both of the support ultimates are up, so they can go for one final push, but when you're losing this much map priority and they're shoving you all the way back into your hallway, it's so bad. And Samson, you shouldn't be allowed to do this as a frontline Reinhardt with just your hammer down. And now Pig's going to come around. Not going to find anybody with the Deadeye. This is NC State's final chance because we are an OT. Pig's finding a kill. They have to shut him down. He finds 2, and 4, 5 members of NC State are dropping. That's a big res that comes through. If they can manage to turn it around, it'll be good for them. But Samson picking picking up a 4-piece with the Reinhardt. Somebody take away this man's hammer. He is unstoppable. Kinthos, the other tank, finding the next 3 kills. Even the support getting in on the action. North Texas on the verge of taking down NC State.
Yeah, North Texas now 2-0 up against North Carolina State here on Lijiang Towers. They're on the cusp of getting that 4-0 record for themselves as we move in to the next portion of our competition, and things are not looking good at all for North Carolina State. We are moving on to the garden portion of Lijiang Towers now. I wonder if Pong wants to switch back off to Farah here. We'll see if that will happen. Jolly is going to be on that Roadhog though.
And this is a good situation to switch back to that Pharah because you have that concussive grenade to try and cheese people below them off of the bridge if they come that way. I'm pretty sure most 3-0 teams in the Tespa Collegiate series will be smart enough to anticipate that, but you never know. I've done it before. It's one of those things where, oh, I know he knows it. I know that he thinks he's going to do that, but they could just outplay themselves. We'll see if they find a first initial pick. It looks like everybody gonna go that left side. This is gonna be a bloody team fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be mirrored compositions except for the tanks. Now the Roadhog Jolly misses that hook, and now it's gonna be North Texas with firm control over that right room portion of the map, and Pong dropping really low. And they take a look at that aggression coming out from North Texas. They immediately jump on them, and that's 4 kills already going over to the side of North Texas before the point even unlocks.
Hey, Jamerson, who won the first team fight on the last map?
I believe it was North Texas.
Hey, Jamerson, who won the first team fight on the first map?
I think it might have been North Texas.
Hey, Jamerson, who won the first team fight on this map?
It was definitely North Texas there, and they are going to get control of the point as we move forward. We already have Samson. He's got his Earth Shatter. We've almost got Pix. He's almost got his Deadeye along with the Nano Boost and the Graviton Surge. Things are just snowballing out of control and just completely out of the hands of North Carolina State University.
I mean, at the end of the day, nothing is done until, you know, the actual game is over. But right now, we see Samson going in deep with the Earth Shatter, just swinging the hammer left and right. Pix just doing Pix things, taking down members as well. Robojon responds with 1, but when there are 5 members of your team down, there really isn't a whole lot you can do by yourself as an Ana. Go for the 1v6, maybe, but now you're dead. You don't even have that option.
Yeah, here's the thing about North Texas, right? They're really good about utilizing their ultimates, right? And they get a lot off of it. They only use the Deadeye along with the Earth Shatter there.
That's really smart.
And they still have 3 of them up. They've got the Beyblade at the ready. They've got the Graviton Surge to make sure it works, and there they go.
Oh, there they go. They got a couple of damage
comes in, but finally he gets put to sleep, but not for long. He gets hooked in, but it doesn't matter. He gets the headshots onto Jolly, and the rest of his team's going to come in to clean that up. 55% on the board for North Texas, and it looks like they can't be stopped.
Dude, they've been walking back for at least 7 solid seconds, and they're not even at mid-map. That's how deep they were this entire time. When in control points, you give up a team fight or 2 and all of your members drop, you're not just losing points on the hill. You're losing map priority and presence. And the fact that North Texas now owns 75% of the map in the way they're positioned, NC State, they have to find an insane few kills in order to make this happen. Jin Tondi going down at the hands of Pong is going to be a good start. That's an interesting place to pop a Deadeye. Doesn't work as Pix takes him down with the regular left click, and here comes the rest of the fight to follow. NC State, they're picking up some momentum. Is this the time for the turnaround? Here comes Sok. He's going to have to find a way out. Jolly looking for the frag, finds the hook, finds the melee attack, and finally, for the first time, I think, in this entire map, NC State gain hill control.
Yeah, so NC State showing some signs of life here. They are not out of it yet. They've got the ultimate advantage as North Texas reapproach this checkpoint, but they still have a lot of time to work with. I mean, 93% on the board. North Texas just need 1 dominant team fight, and it's over. And, you know, if they know anything about dominant team fights...
Oh, Samson has that Earth Shatter. You know he's very, very good at using it. But Jolly has that whole hog as well. Very good at pushing the entire team back. Just depends on how they use it. Who dies first? And here it comes. The ultimate comes out. But the sound barrier absorbing a lot of it. Pix and Sok on the backline find 2 before Pong takes down the Reaper by himself. But here comes Pix. It's a one-man wrecking train. 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Can he find the 4th? Not just yet. Yes, he does for the turnaround. The rest of the members of NC State dead or away from the points. 95% on the clock. I don't think NC State can do it. Jamerson, this looks to be over.
Yeah, we are in overtime. Nope. And oh, Pix doesn't even get pulled off the map in that final hook coming out from Jolly there. And so that's going to be University of North Texas with a dominant 2-0 victory over NC State.
Man, this is my first ever match that I've casted for the Tespa Collegiate series, and I'm already a fan of North Texas.
I've been a fan of Texas in general, like Texas A&M, UT Austin.
Texas Barbecue.
Texas Barbecue. How can you not love Texas barbecue? But yeah, great performance coming out. They're looking like they want to be one of the top contenders. I mean, now with the 4-0 record, they are almost firmly there.
I mean, this is a situation where if I'm looking at these average team rankings, NC State was only behind North Texas by about a few hundred in terms of average individual competitive playlist rankings. And it really goes to show that in these tournaments, especially at a higher level, it's not necessarily about the individual skill of your players. The reason that North Texas won, I know we've been praising picks time and time again, but they were approaching these team fights as a unit. They were looking for flanks. They had got the Beyblade combo off multiple times. Pix only threw down the Deadeye when he knew that people were CC'd. And when you move together as a unit like that, you're so much harder to shut down.
And yeah, one of the great things was that also the supports were coming in huge from both sides. But on the side of North Texas, Jin Tondi and Tan Mandeets were doing a great job of keeping their teammates alive. Even when they were playing that Mercy, there were great reses coming in. And we saw in that last team fight when the sound barrier came out, that mitigated almost all the damage that was coming out on the side of NC State. So it was general just great team play coming out from the entirety of that squad.
I mean, it's really tricky to keep all of these ultimates in mind, but that's what separates the good Overwatch players from the great ones. But we're going to take a look at these highlights. Pix, not a surprise at all seeing a replay from him as he just found left click after left click on these people. And this is a team fight that we saw go in favor of North Texas because they're just a lot more decisive than NC State was.
Yeah, there were even some moments where Pix was like caught inside a Graviton Surge, but still was getting the left clicks off. Just the normal fire off, not the Deadeye. He was just like, okay, 1, 2, 3, there we go. I picked up a double kill, and then I'll go ahead and Deadeye, why not, for a third. His mechanics on McCree really did highlight why that hero is so strong.
And I think it's really awesome that we get a chance to interview some of these players, and we actually are able to interview Pix, the star McCree from North Texas. Pix, my God, what a match for you, my friend.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so congratulations on your victory today. Congratulations on getting that 4-0 record. Now, I got to ask, how did you guys form your team? Because you guys look so strong.
Anything can happen. Like we actually just a group of 6 of us met in the summer series. And actually, I was actually a Tracer one trick who had no experience with anything else. But as team play began to kind of like get better, we picked up different roles and different characters that like fit our playstyle. We play kind of like aggressive with that Lucio speed boost and whatnot. So like, yeah, I mean, like playing all together in the summer kind of carried over to this current season right now.
Now, speaking on team play a little bit, something that we highlighted a lot from North Texas is the fact that you guys seem to move as a very decisive unit. Who is like the primary shot caller for North Texas, and how much of that leadership comes into play when you actually go into these matches?
Primarily shot calling. Well, as far as picks, I ironically call the picks. Like I tell everyone what to like what heroes to choose. But as for like in-game shot calling, it's kind of a collaborative effort. We all kind of like give our input. Our Lucio, I designated him to kind of call when to speed in because he has a better idea of like, okay, I have the cooldown off now. I can tell my team to like push forward now. But as for like targets, our Reaper actually calls that SOG. He calls primary targets.
All right, so yeah, you guys definitely do look fantastic as a team together, but there are a lot of other teams in your region to look out for. I mean, you guys are the first to currently, secure that 4-0. But out of the Texas region, I just want to say out of Texas, who are you guys looking forward to play against?
Out of the Texas region, we're really looking forward to play UT Austin with Otter. They seem like a very strong team. So we definitely look forward to trying to either get scrims in with them or playing them in a league match.
All right. So, yeah, once again, Joseph, thank you so much for this interview. Congratulations on your victory, and good luck moving forward. Is there anyone that you want to maybe give a shout-out to?
I'd like to shout out our coach, Bradford Love. Can I get a cap of pride in the chat?
Hold up. I got my phone. I got you.
All right. Thank you once again, Joseph Wynn. That was Pix, the man of the hour, the McCree of the hour of the high noon. That was just amazing, dude.
Yeah, the fact that you have a player on your team that can hit those shots consistently, we all talk about how scary Deadeye is if somebody manages to get a full charge off on your entire team. But the great McCree players are picked not because of, you're good at hitting Deadeyes. It's those left clicks, because when you're doing headshots at min range, you're doing 140 damages pop. That is 2 shots to kill a Tracer. You can just headshot her once, fan the hammer, and when you can consistently hit those left click single shots, it's so good for your team.
Yeah, so we just saw University of North Texas with a dominant 2-0 victory against North Carolina State University, taking it on Lijiang 3-0 and even on Gibraltar, putting a full stop to them. But we do have more Overwatch action for you guys after the break. When we get back, our next match of the day is going to be Texas A&M facing off against Florida International University.